In this episode of Moi TV, I'm going to give you my opinion as a headshots photographer about what I think is a good thing to wear when you do your headshot session. This is advice based on what I need from you and how I want you to show up as your headshots photographer. I will always recommend, when you have the budget, that you should work with a professional stylist, and I'm more than happy to put you in touch with the people that I love working the best. I've made this episode especially for anybody who's on a budget or who isn't in the right place to work with a stylist and they want to do it DIY style. Before we get going on this episode, I would love to see you over on Instagram. There's a little link over here. And I think you should definitely go ahead and subscribe to this channel. If you hit the bell, I'm going to notify you every single Friday when a new episode comes out. If you've got a headshot session coming up and you would love to work with a full glam squad or a professional stylist, but you cannot stretch your budget far enough this time around, by the end of this episode, you're going to know all of the things I need you to take to do the DIY approach the right way. I've worked with a lot of different professionals in a wide range of really interesting industries over the years. With 390 photo shoots under my belt, I've got a lot of experience to share with you, so stick around. A lot of my tips today are insanely simple, but when you use them all together, it has a cumulative effect which can make your headshots results dramatically improve. Let's just start with the right preparation. So it's a great idea to make sure that all of your clothing is correctly laundered. You want to make sure that everything is neatly pressed and it's stored in the right way so that when you take it to the studio or you take it to your headshot session, everything is still as it was when you took it off the ironing board. Showing up prepared like this saves so much of your precious shoot time on you with a steamer or even a hairdryer or an iron. Undercrackers! I can't believe I've just made a video on YouTube shouting undercrackers. Sorting out a fresh new pair of Grundies is a great way to make sure that you feel a little bit more comfortable and supported in the right way when it comes to photo shoot day. You can step this up a level further with the right kind of shapewear. Now, right now, there is loads of options out there for men and women when it comes to shapewear. It's just a case of being prepared and finding the right thing for you. If you're somebody who has a pair of boobs, you want to make sure that you have a really good fitting bra. Always go and see a professional. They know exactly what they're talking about and it will shock you in the differences that they can make to your overall body. The overall goal of wearing great underwear is to make sure that you have a really smooth and svelte silhouette. If you wear ill-fitting underwear, you can take that gorgeous dress that you spent hundreds of pounds on into looking really cheap and nasty because your body underneath is all lumpy and bumpy. Great shapewear also makes you feel really confident, by the way. I think everyone should just embrace the spandex and let's all get svelte. If it clashes with your outerwear, you're gonna regret it. It can be a real pain to edit out underwear that's making your outerwear look the wrong color or hang in the wrong way later on in post-production. When in doubt, you want to plumb for a nude color that complements your natural skin tone in the right way. Remembering the very simple rule of H to T philosophy from America's Next Top Model, you can plan what to wear to your headshot session in the right level of detail. From taking a great hat or head accessory all the way down to taking a couple of pairs of shoes that complement your outfit but yet give it a little bit of diversity, you're going to be in the right position to make sure that if we decide to shoot a few full body crops in your headshot session, you're not going to have any regrets. Taking a few different accessories to style up your outfit is a great way to get a lot more results from less clothing. For example, if you're a man wearing a black tee to go to your headshot session, you can style that up by changing your watch or putting on a couple of different hats or changing out and putting a layer on top, so like a hoodie or a really nice cardigan. You're going to get so many more options from that one t-shirt. For women, statement jewelry can be your best friend. This is a really great way to dress up an outfit or give something a completely different mood. You can do 1,000,001 things with great scarves as well. Nice silk scarves are always great to add in a pop of color or to just add another element into your headshot session. If you've got long hair, I always recommend you start your headshot session with a hair down look, and then over the course of the shoot, you want to be taking the hair up and up with more and more product in it. Just like with makeup, it's much easier to add to it than to take away. So if you show up with your hair in a really tight bun and it's full of product, brushing that out on your headshot session is going to be a nightmare. Choosing light colors in your outfit on a headshot session is going to have an overall effect of lifting the scene. Light colors usually denote youthfulness, freshness, and an airy quality because of all that light reflection. Wearing dark colors gives your face the chance to shine through strongest. So this is why in acting and performing headshots, it's always a great idea to wear a darker color because you want your face to be the ultimate focus point on that final headshot image. Very bright colors or really loud patterns can be quite distracting when it comes to your headshots. When in doubt, if you really want to go with a layered look, try and have a flat layer on top. So like this busy shirt with maybe a blazer on top would show a little bit of pattern, but it would make it less out there. It would take up less space on the final image. When it comes to picking the right colors in your outfits and picking what to wear to a headshot session, you always want to go for something that matches your coloring. So that's your skin tone, hair color, and eye color. It's really great to integrate your brand color into your headshot session through what you're wearing, but be warned, this can go really wrong really quickly. Wearing a full bright orange suit with an orange shirt and an orange bow tie and an orange top hat on top is certainly going to mean that you're on brand if orange is in your logo. But let's be honest, you're going to look like a bit of a muppet, aren't you? And if you have a cool skin tone underneath all of that orange, you are doomed for a styling disaster. Instead, you could throw in an orange pocket square to a nice blazer, or why not go for an orange accessory that's going to work great with your outfit and give you that little pop of brand color. Quick tip here, to understand if you're a cool tone or a warm tone, you just need to take a look at the veins on your wrist. If they look blue or purplish under your wrist there, that means that you've got cool tones in your skin. If they look like a green color, which mine do, that means you have a warm skin tone. That's like step one of when you go to see a professional stylist who does a color analysis on you. I am not a professional stylist, so I'm just giving you a tiny little bit of insight that they would help you with. Textures and shapes. I really love a good bit of texture in a headshots photo shoot. In fact, I'm probably a bit of a texture geek. I'm the loser who makes notes of different textures on different walls in different cities that I work in around the world, because I then know if I'm going back in the future, I know the exact wall to get the person in front of when we're out on location. True story, it's true. If you're planning on shooting at a place that has really flat walls, like a studio or inside a really modern building, you can make this balance out with the texture in your clothing. A really nice, cozy jumper looks lush against a flat background. Try to plan to take something textured to your headshot session, just so you've got the option there to have a play around with. When it comes to shapes and clothing, it can get really confusing. Narrowing all of this down though onto your headshot session, you want to try and focus the most on the shape of your neckline. Tiny thin spaghetti straps can make it look like you're naked when you crop into the headshot in post-production. Or a big bulky jacket with loads of structure and a big collar on it can make it look like you've got a bit of a pinhead. A V-neck in a neckline is going to give somebody with a nice round face a little bit more of a shapely structure, and you can argue actually that a V-neck is a little bit more masculine, whereas if you go for a round neck, you can balance out somebody with a square face or a strong jawline. A round neck is going to soften up your look overall. When thinking about what to wear to a headshot session, you should always avoid wearing labels and brands in your clothing and anything that's seriously of the moment and on trend. Big brand labels on your clothes is just going to detract away from your face, and very on vogue looks are going to date really quickly. Now, if you work in the fashion world or you're somebody who wants to be seen as a very fashionable person, by all means, rock up with the latest season and the latest shapes on, but you're going to have to refresh those headshots a lot quicker than if you'd picked something that was a little bit more classic. Your mood. Being in the branded headshots world, I'm all about the mood. I'm always thinking about how a certain pose or how an outfit is going to affect the overall mood of somebody who's looking at your headshots for the first time. If your brand is all about conveying openness and friendliness, but then in your headshot session you're wearing a high turtleneck and maybe some very structured layers in your outfit, it's going to jar with your message. Or if you wanted to convey the utmost skill and highest professionalism, rocking up in a bunch of leisure wear that's super baggy is kind of going to jar with that. That being said, if your brand is actually all about making a pun and it's about jarring on a usual message and you're all about standing out from the rest of your industry, you can really take advantage of this when it comes to what you wear to your headshot session. Perhaps the accountant who's dressed like a pimped out rapper because she delivers accountancy services to the show business world and the adult industries. It's all online, it's 100% paperless, and she's really skilled at hiding all of the categories of a company's expenditure so that everything a little bit risque comes up as the entertainment budget. Let's just say for a second, if you are that lady and you're watching this, please comment below because I would love to take you out for cocktails and find out all about your fascinating lives. The elements. I love to shoot headshots on location as much as possible. That's my personal style and the way that I approach headshots photography. Now this can sometimes be pretty challenging for you on a headshot session. I might be asking you to walk up the side of a big slippery hill so that we can get on top for a beautiful vista to be in the backdrop of your headshots. Now to get up the hill, it makes great sense that you have a good robust pair of walking boots and some nice fluffy socks on so that you can get up there safely. Then when we get to the top, you can either go barefoot if you want to, or you can put on the Jimmy Choos for the set of photography that we need to get. I wear a lot of really safety conscious outdoor wear that's not that sexy when I'm out on a photo shoot, and my crew often does the same as well. If you're planning on going out on a headshot session with an on-location photographer like me, make sure you pack a thermos, bring that big baggy coat so you can stay cozy and generally stay as warm and as safe as possible in between sets. On the flip side, if we're out shooting in a climate that's really hot, you want to make sure that you're protecting yourself from the sun. So bring the big hat, bring a parasol, bring the muumuu, bring the sarong. Make sure that you can cover up and stay safe between sets. In this episode last week, I got into the nitty-gritty of the differences between man-made fibers in your clothing and natural fibers in your clothing and how this can have an effect on camera. If you've enjoyed this video, why don't you click the thumbs up so I know that I'm on the right track for you, and why not share it with your biz bestie who you know is taking a DIY approach to the styling of their next headshot session. Now before you go anywhere, don't forget to subscribe. Mwah.